First question for you, Tupac. I guess give a little bit of background about where you're from and what got you into hip-hop.
I'm from New York, the Bronx, New York. I moved to Baltimore, spent some high school years out there, came to Oaktown. What got me into hip-hop? On my travels through all those cities, that seemed to be the common denominator, hip-hop. That was everywhere.
Tupac, is that your given name or is that a rap name?
It's my birth given name and my rap name.
Okay. You lived in Marin City for a while.
Mm-hmm.
How was your connection with hip-hop able to be maintained in that part of town? I mean, was there a thriving hip-hop scene at the time that you got there, or what?
Not really. It just gives you truth to the music. Being in Marin City was like the small town, so it taught me to be more straightforward with my style instead of just being like hysterical, lyrical, miracle, hypothetical. Instead of being so metaphorical with the rhyme, just go straight at it and hit it dead on.
Okay.
And not waste time trying to cover it.
Why was that?
Because in Marin City, it seemed like things were like real country, so it was like everything hit straightforward. Poverty was straightforward. There was no way to say, you po, but I'm po. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, we need more money for it, we're po. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it influenced my style.
So what's the concept behind your album? Where are you coming from, and what message are you trying to convey?
The concept is the young black male. Everybody's been talking about it, but now it's not important no more. It's like we just skipped over it. It's not in fad to be down for the young black male no more. Everybody want to go past. You know, like the gangster shit just got exploited, just like back in the day with the movies. Everybody did all their little gunshots and their hand grenades and blew up ish, and they done moved on.
Right.
Now everybody's doing songs with the singing in it. So now I'm still down for the young black male. I'm gonna stay until it gets straight. So it's all about the problems that we face, the problems that we face in everyday society.
What are those problems? How do you see?
Brutality, poverty, low unemployment, insufficient education, disunity, violence, black-on-black crime, teenage pregnancy, crack addiction. You want me to go on?
Right. So does your album address, does it point out the problems that are facing the young black males, or do you have solutions for some of the problems that you named off?
I go through it up and down. In some situations, I show us having the power, and in other situations, I show it as it's more apt to happen with the police or with the power structure having the ultimate power. So I show it both ways. I show ways how it really happens and ways that I wish it could be.
Right.
That's how I do it.
Okay. You call yourself the rebel of the underground. Why so?
Because it's like, as if Digital Underground wasn't like diverse enough with enough crazy things in it. I'm like, even that crazier, you know what I'm saying? The rebel totally going this way. When everybody's going this way, I'll be going this way.
Okay.
So I'm the rebel. I'm gonna be the one to say, nah, I don't like that one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The one to go against the grain.
Yeah.
Okay. Going against the grain, that will cause some controversy from time to time. Has that been the case for you?
Yep.
Okay.
It's always been like, everybody saying that's where that lunatic came from. That's another one shot at me. Because I always want to do the extreme so we can get as many people looking and as many people listening as possible. I would have never handled like Kiss You Back that way. I would have never did it that way. That's why I'm the rebel. I would have been like, no.
A couple of things I want to talk about that haven't necessarily to do with music. Situation with the PD, Oakland PD is, that brought your name to a lot of people. What happened with that and what's happening with it now?
Well, we letting the law do its job, you know what I'm saying, going about it through the court systems. We had to file a claim and then
Recount the incident.
Well, for everybody who don't know, as if it doesn't happen every day, everywhere, I, an innocent young black male, was walking down the streets of Oakland, minding my own business, and the police department saw it fit for me to be trained or snapped into my place. So they asked me for ID, sweated me about my name because my name is Tupac. And I said, my final words was, "Up, y'all." Next thing I knew, I was in the chokehold, passing out, unconscious, with cuffs on, going to jail for resisting arrest. Yes, resisting arrest.
Okay, where's the situation at now?
So now we're in the midst of having a $10 million lawsuit against Oakland Police Department. And if I win and get the money, then the Oakland Police Department is going to buy a boys' home, me a house, my family a house, and Stop Police Brutality Center and other little odd things like that.
In the video Trap, do you think that would be something that might have had police want to treat you aggressively? Because, that video is very telling, especially in the unedited version where you had the cop get shot.
True. But the whole ironic thing was that those cops didn't even know about that video, number one.
Okay.
And everything I said in that video happened to me. That just happened to me. And the video happened before the incident. And in the video, I say how the cops sweat me, asked me for my ID, I can't go anywhere, and they bothered me.
The movie Juice. What led you to being involved with that, and where is it at, and what's the movie about? Start with the first one.
What led me? The Freaky Deaky and Sleuth. Money B had an audition for the movie. Sleuth suggested I come. I went. Mom was like, "This sounds like you, because you're the rebel." That was Bishop. So I went in, cold turkey, read. God was with me.
You didn't have any acting lessons or anything like that prior to it?
Actually, I went to the School of Performing Arts in
New York?
In Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore, okay.
And that's where I got my acting.
Okay, so you weren't a novice to it when you came up there. What's the movie about?
It's about, it's about four kids and their coming of age.
Okay.
In the city.
Is it a hip-hop movie?
It's a movie. It's a real good movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It just happens to have hip-hop in it. But if it was made in the 60s, it would have had, whatever was down in the 60s, whatever, folk music or whatever.
Okay. Your character, what is your character in the movie?
Bishop. Roland Bishop. He's psychotic, insecure, adrenaline, a lot of adrenaline, very violent, very short temper.
Okay, the message that's going to be gotten out of the movie, or the message that you or the people that are putting it together hope to convey,
is that you never really know what's going on in somebody's mind. It's a lot of things that add up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure that you go through being young, growing up. People don't watch it. If it goes unchecked, it's just an example of what can happen.
Okay. Follow you a little bit. I need to have it clearer.
Okay. Well, in the movie, my character, his father was a prison hoe. That was something that drove him through the whole movie. That just wrecked his mind.
They didn't show that in the movie.
Right. They never showed that in the movie. So, and just you can see how through everybody else's personality that he just wanted to get respect, the respect that his father couldn't get. So that drove him through the whole movie. Everything he did just to get a rep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So from that never being dealt with, he ended 3 people's lives or 4 people's lives. All those people lost their life when that could have just been checked earlier.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
As far as your acting and movie situation, is that something you're going to pursue further, or?
It's a good part.
Really?
Yeah, I want to challenge myself every day. Just do.
I mean, you don't have a drive or a camera bug or anything like that?
I'm not tripping.
Okay.
I'm not tripping. Because they just going to find a new one next year, you know what I'm saying?
Your philosophy on hip-hop, you're pretty outspoken. I've heard you make mention to not wanting to dilute the music and things that are related in that vein. Exactly what do you mean by that?
Well, when I said that about the diluting the music, it made me think. It brought me to myself. And then now I have like this different philosophy on it. It's like hip-hop, when it started, was supposed to be this new thing that, you know, had no boundaries and that was so different than the everyday music, you know, that just took chances. And now it seems like I was starting to get caught up in the mold of exactly what made hip-hop come about. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not hip-hop if it's, you know what I'm saying? If it's not, as soon as somebody starts singing, it ain't hip-hop. I changed my mind. You know what I'm saying? It could be hip-hop. It's just as long as it has the true to the heart soul in it, it's still hip-hop. So that's my philosophy. As long as there's soul to it, then it's cool. It's still hip-hop. And then hip-hop will live on, because as long as there's soul in it, then it'll
so
live.
If it has a pop feel, well, I guess the question is, what determines whether or not it has soul? Is it something you can see, feel, you just know it?
Well, you could tell, like, you know, the difference between a hit like Make You Dance and My Mind Is Playing Tricks on Me. You know what I'm saying? Which song moves you?
Make You Dance by Zap?
CNC.
Oh.
Which song moved you?
Actually, both of them.
Yeah, okay. Which one? Yeah, okay. Well, there it is.
So they both would be hip-hop.
In your opinion, they both would be hip-hop.
Right.
The Make You Dance didn't move me.
So you wouldn't classify it hip-hop?
But the Ghetto Boys thing did.
Okay. What are your plans for the next year?
To strengthen the Underground Railroad.
What do you mean by that?
I have a crew called the Underground Railroad and a program called the Underground Railroad, and there's a group called the Underground Railroad. So I want to strengthen that so that next year you won't say, what do you mean? You'll know. You'll be like, I saw him, I heard him, or I've seen it, I heard about it.
So what's the concept behind the Underground Railroad?
Same concept as Harry Tubman, you know, to get my brothers who might be into drug dealing or whatever it is that's illegal, or that's not into anything, disenfranchised by today's society. I want to get them back into it by turning them on to music. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be R&B, hip-hop, pop, or whatever. However I can get them involved through the Underground Railroad. You know, and while I do that, we're teaching them to find a love for themselves so they can love other people. And they can do the same thing that we did to them, to others, because they're going to find a love for themselves because we're going to teach them. Themselves. In my way, not just with a bunch of facts, but true living it. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the Bay Area rap scene now in comparison with, say, other parts of the country?
Right now, the Bay Area is like how the Bronx was in 1981. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's hot. They caught the bug. So everybody's trying to be creative. They're trying to make something. They're trying to make their own claim. Because in New York, it just got to be where you couldn't outdo the person that just came from New York. So now it's like, it's not really that many people to outdo. You can do something, and if it's good enough, people will remember you. So that's what everybody's doing. So that's what's that. It's like a renaissance jumping up. You know?
Okay, New York, in my opinion, the renaissance got stopped short for a number of reasons. What do you think will prevent that from happening with the Bay Area? What do you think will strengthen the hip-hop scene here? What do you think will take away from it?
Well, at the risk of sounding, I don't know, but Digital Underground is unlike any group. It's unlike any group. I get at the shot because he made it so that, like, everything Digital Underground does is helping Oakland. It's helping the Bay Area music scene. And because it grows and goes to New York and gets people from all over the country, it helps the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Because we here. This is where we dwell at. So it's rubbing off all down here, all off on here. And more people are knowing about Oakland. Right. Seeing a different side. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you think digital will be one thing that will strengthen the Bay Area rap scene because it brings more national attention. What about just the groups themselves and the attitude that they have towards hip-hop? What do you think it will take to keep them growing?
What we have to do is not concentrate so much on a group, but more on the area. You know what I'm saying? Not just build up Too Short and Digital Underground and Tony. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that can come out of here. And keep putting them down. Let the new groups come out. Nobody wants to give them a chance because everybody's so steady talking about Too Short and Digital Underground and da-da-da-da. They got to let these other groups come out that's trying to come in. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the bottom. That can really...
When you say let them come up, what do you mean? The music industry? Give them a chance to
give them a chance. Like, you know, instead of like letting them do interviews where nobody ever reads them, let somebody else, you know, let a good paper interview him. Instead of having him on radios when nobody's ever going to hear him at a time when nobody's ever going to hear him. Have him on, you know what I'm saying, when people can hear him and when people can get at him. When they have a better chance, just like they would do if it was Mariah Carey, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Put him in a real playtime.
Do you find that the Bay Area sound is being respected? Do you find that people are adhering to it or starting to enjoy it from around the country? Or
I think that the Bay Area sound is not even finished coming out, so the more and more it's getting respected, more and more every day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That more and more.
Okay, your brother Mercedes was a rapper and Tony Feel Good. What's the story with him? Are you going to team up with him? Are you teamed up? Or?
He's in the Underground Railroad. He's part of that group and part of that program and part of that whole thing. He's about to come out with another guy called Dana, Slick D, Mousy. They're about to come out with a little something.
Okay. Well, so who produced your album? And are you into producing if you did do, you know?
I co-produced it along with the Underground Railroad, which was like Shock G, Money B and Raw Fusion, Pee-wee, Jay-Z from Richmond, Stretch and the Live Squad, all over, you know, Underground Railroad. It's really like a life thing, you know what I'm saying? Underground Railroad. It affects everything we do.